Good morning, back on Bermuda, smidge late. Got about 5 minutes to get over and grab the ferry back to Hamilton to hopefully get to Twizzy for the day. All aboard is at 5:15, so I have plenty of time. And if I miss the ferry, it's fine. There's cabs and buses and everything, so not really a huge thing. And it took a while to board yesterday, so the departure time I don't think is very precise, but still should be there. Anyway, hope it's a good day. Oh boy, you know, again, I really hate being like late or feeling late, even though in this case I will be exactly on time, and it's because I don't like to waste time, so I plan everything with absolutely no margins, so I feel like I'm always rushing, and it's terrible. I know for a while I was actually pretty good at staying, you know, like, I guess, slow about things, planning for extra time, and if there was some downtime, just enjoying it, just stopping and waiting. Gonna have to re-implement that. Maybe next week when we go to Disney. Yeah, go to Disney to relax, I know, but we'll see. Fortunately, I made it on board. It's probably the last, maybe next to last, to board for this departure. Pro tip, if you need to pay cash, they only accept exact change at the gangway. Otherwise, you need to get the token. It's fine. Promised myself a long time ago I wouldn't do this anymore after sprinting aboard too many airplanes, but old habits, I guess. Right, back in Hamilton, the big boat is a bit slower than the other one, so this ride was just over half an hour. We had the Cat yesterday. This boat is also a lot slower to disembark because there's basically one single file gangway, whereas the Cat is kind of like, you know, the ferries at Magic Kingdom. It's just a large, you know, ramp on and off the boat. Okay, well, I'm here. Turn left and head toward the Princess. Hopefully get going. All right, we are back at the Princess parking lot. So let's see if everything goes as planned today. Alrighty then, here I am in my Renault Twizzy. You can probably hear the motor and everything. It's not too bad. It is kind of worry like any electric, but it's pretty easy to drive. Trying to do this while keeping two hands on the wheel, which is actually surprisingly easy. Although next time if I do this, definitely bring the mount for the GoPro. But well, I'm just gonna do a circuit of the island. Probably stop for a few minutes at the caves, and ooh, the serve light is on. Maybe I should head back and see what's up with that. Well, who knows? All right, well, driving down the streets of Bermuda. The speed limit is, I think 40 kilometers. So I'm just gonna stick around 35. That's just because I've never been here before, and battery. I don't think this has regenerative braking, so probably best to you know, try conserve power, although I will be stopping to charge at some point, meaning I don't really anticipate a problem. Made it to pretty much the westernmost point on the north side of the island, I guess you could say. But across the bay over there is the ship Carnival Magic. Probably end up over there at some point, and maybe get a little bit of a closer view, see how close I can get. If I don't, it's fine. Okay, so now I gotta find the North Shore Road and head around the island. Okay, made the right turn without knowing it, just past Flats Inlet, still heading around the outside of the island on my way to the caves, which is on the tour. Now, one question that came up, I was talking to some people on the boat yesterday, or sorry, on the ship yesterday, was, does the Twizzy lean? No, she does not. The Twizzy does not lean into curves. She leans out like any other car, but it's not really anything you notice. It's so small that I barely even feel it, and we don't go very fast. I mean, right now I'm only going 45 kilometers, so any leaning is an absolute minimum. Very comfortable to drive. You know, it's a nice day, no windows, so clearly there's a breeze. Well, actually, you can't see my hair, so yeah, it's really easy to drive. Something I would definitely like to have available, at least back home. But for now, yeah, if you wanna take one of these for a spin, you gotta come to Bermuda. But it's not all bad. I did make it to St. George on the Twizzy, which is the furthest part of the island from the King's Wharf where the cruise ship is. I also successfully downloaded the location of the charging spots. The guy's email went to the spam folder, so I thought, duh, let's check there. Right? So now I'm good to go. If I do need a charge, I know where to go. Still more than half. The car has a little like estimated range, but it's based on like, you know, cumulative driving, and apparently I'm driving a little bit lighter than the previous driver, so it went up a little bit right after I left. It says I have 38 kilometers to go, so I think I'll probably have to stop for I've had the phone sitting on my lap, and a lot of the time it's been in the direct sun. So it actually overheated, so I'm not really sure what the last thing you heard was. But the most important thing was I did manage to download the charging locations. So I now know where to go if I do need a top off. Still doing pretty good. 2 bars over half, or maybe 3/4. Estimated range is 43 kilometers, so okay. I mean, that's enough to get back to drop it off, but I still want to continue my tour of the island. Anyway, let's see. Oh, yeah, can this guy get past? So yeah, the email was in the spam folder. That was the problem. But I'm just going to continue. I thought I was lost for a moment, but no, I'm where I intended to be. All right, so let's keep going. And beautiful here. Well, here I am at Fort Catherine. At least that's what it says on the little sign down below. Here we have a cannon, probably from World War II. And there's the fort up there, overlooking this lovely beach. Well, I guess not really a beach, outcrop of rocks. And I don't know if you can see, way in the background is our ship. So about as far away, I guess, as we can get. I guess now is as good an opportunity as any to show you what the Twizzy looks like from the outside. This is my ride for the day. Current Vehicles is the vendor. So they didn't actually give me a choice, but I suppose if you ask, there is a choice between these pink schemed ones and ones themed to JetBlue. So yeah, if you don't like pink, you can have blue. The door, yeah, pops up, I guess, Lamborghini style, if you will. And it is 2 seats, by the way. So driver's side right there, or driver's seat right there, and then in back there is another little, I mean, almost a child seat. I have seen some people with 2 people in them. It's probably fairly comfortable, more comfortable than I suppose a Smart. It does have this nice little air intake on top. I don't really know if it does a lot because there's no windows. And you know, get plenty of breeze that way. They're also open, like on the sides. There is an option on the site when you make the reservation to put windows on the vehicle, which I suppose would be worthwhile in the rainy season, but now it's absolutely beautiful out here, so windows definitely not necessary. Okay, well, I'm gonna continue my tour of the island. I'm just staying on the coast, which is really what I wanted to see. Some beautiful neighborhoods and lots of great scenery. So let's keep the ride going. All right, so getting this door down, I suppose you just grab here. Oh, okay, there we go. And okay, that wasn't so bad. Okay, so one thing about this car, there is no automatic parking brake. So if you stop on a hill, she will roll. So be aware. Well, I'm having real issues with the phone heating and not wanting to take pictures. And it's just because it sort of sits in the sun. Okay, it's fine. So there was this place back there. I wanted to get a picture or a little bit of video. It's Tobacco Bay, and it looks like a fun little place to go. I mean, as a shore excursion, might be something I would consider doing, believe it or not. And here's a scene that might make some Tesla owners in certain parts of the country jealous. This is the current vehicle's charging spot for St. George, and it looks like there's 2, 4, 6, maybe 12 to 18 charging locations. And right now, there's only 4 vehicles here. I'm not stopping. I still have over half battery left, but I wanted to come by here and check it out, see what it looks like. Okay, I guess pro tip by now, if you do try to take the road, well, if you come up to Ferry Point Park to see what it's like, yeah, I would skip this part. The view's probably really nice, but you can't see anything. And the drive up here is kind of, well, it's driving by the power plant and like 2 houses. So yeah, I would skip this next time. Continuing with our Twizzy adventure, looks like we've actually hit a traffic jam. Don't know what's going on, and I don't know why it beeps like that occasionally. Maybe put the brake on. So, the car says I have 27 kilometers of range. The hotel, the drop-off is about 6 kilometers. So I'm cool. Apparently, I can go a little bit further toward the port. Oh, a traffic light. Okay. And check that out. But I really only have like an hour. So I need to drop this off at, let's say, 2:30, and then head back to the ferry terminal to get the 3 or 3:30. I have it on the phone. Ferry back to the pier for 5:15 all aboard. But so far, this is pretty awesome, and I know this is something I would definitely do again because I didn't have time to cover everything. So yeah, well, next time I'm in Bermuda, whenever that may be, I'm gonna get another Twizzy and do the whole island. One thing to be warned about is the locals on scooters do ride pretty aggressively, cutting in and around the cars. So yeah, they get pretty close. So just watch out for that, because they can come up pretty fast and it can be a bit startling. So keep your eyes open and watch your mirrors. The roads are also real narrow too. All right, here I am in the Fairmont Southampton, which is a pickup location for current vehicles. They also have a charging spot too, so I figured stop, check out the hotel, do some other things, and cool off a little bit before I head back. I plugged the Twizzy in with 20% charge. I think that was like 10 minutes ago, so I will see how quickly it charges. I suppose I should hopefully leave here with maybe 50%, although I don't think I'll get to that. It's a bit aggressive, but we'll see. Gonna check out the view from the Windows restaurant, see how it is. This looks over the Sound, I think, and it's quite nice. I think I've stayed at a Fairmont before, I just don't remember when. But this is very nice. Take a look. Ooh, sorry, you can't really see out the window too well. Let's, there we go. How's that? How's that for a view? Mighty nice. Okay, so, all right, gonna check out the map, see where I am. I know where I am, how far it is back to the Hamilton Princess, which is where I need to drop this off, and catch the ferry, which is at 3:15. So that will put me back on board at 4, which is a good hour before set sail, and actually it's a good hour before all aboard time. So on that, I'm not gonna rush. More than happy to get there with plenty of time to spare. Okay, let's check the map. So this is the Atlantic side of the Fairmont Southampton. Also a very beautiful view. The hotel is basically on the top of a hill, so it's got views of both sides, the Sound and the Atlantic. Didn't go check out the pool. Alrighty then. If you are going to be twizzing in Bermuda, I highly recommend you you get it from the Princess in Hamilton, because their Twizzy fleet basically is in the parking lot right in front of the hotel, and it's just super easy to get to from anywhere in Hamilton, especially the ferry terminal. It's maybe a 5-minute walk, depending on how quickly you walk. However, this is how you get to the Twizzy operation here at the Fairmont. You gotta climb all these stairs and then basically do a jungle trek through here to some remote parking lot, which, I don't know, looks like it used to be a basketball court or something. So, all right, let's walk back to the Twizzy on super speed. Seems there's also, I don't know, petting zoo, or maybe they make their own clothes? Huh. Oh, and bees. And there's their name and info, in case you want to try this. So I've been here maybe half hour, 40 minutes, and the car is showing 39% charge. It was 20% when I plugged in. That's plenty to get us back to the Princess by, I guess, not really the long way, just not going through the hotel parking lot, around and back onto the main road. So that's what we're gonna do now. I'm not gonna head over to where the cruise ship is. It's too far, and I don't wanna push it. I'd rather just sort of head back, nice and leisurely now, and you know, get back into the ship with plenty of time. I have checked the time; everything's good. So yeah, time to head back. One more thing before we head out. You know, charging this thing is actually pretty simple. It's basically just a standard dryer type outlet. the same type you can plug in a Tesla at home. Ooh, there's bugs. Yeah, so there we go, just like that. And it recoils back into this little compartment, and bada bing, all done. Okay, time to head out. I don't know, it might rain a little, it might get wet, because remember, there's no windows. All right, one more thing. The handle, and you can see it over there, is on the inside. So when you reach in and pop it, be careful, because the door will almost slice your hand off. Okay, we're back on the road in the Twizzy, and the estimate shows 28 kilometers of range now. I was actually expecting a little bit more, because I think it was around 22 when I plugged in, and it went from 20% to 39% charge. So maybe it'll update a little bit after we drive a little bit. It has been very hilly around here, so lots of ups and downs, so maybe it's taking that into account. Probably going to be that way for a little bit longer, but I expected it a little bit more, but it's plenty of range to get back, so that's where we are headed now, back to the Princess. I took a wrong turn heading out of the hotel and ended up coming down to the hotel's private beach, which is very nice, by the way. And I see they do have current charging locations down here, so I wish I'd known. I would have come down here and hung out by the water a little bit. So, yeah, for next time. Anyway, gotta head up. This will be the last real stop of the day. This is Horseshoe Beach. And I was planning on stopping here anyway, and hopefully I got enough juice to make it down the hill and back and around. I do. And I just want to see the beach. I'm not going to get anywhere near the sand, but hopefully I can see some of it. I'm not getting out, that's for sure. Just want to see if I can see anything. There's all the cruise buses. Oh yeah, so if you want to just come here, which is pretty popular, these buses from the port, I think are like $7 each way. And they bring you here, and then I guess they just go continuously. Yeah. All right, well, can't see too much. That's fine. There's, I'm sure, pictures online that are better than I would take. Oh, and the hotel's right there, so we were just on that side. So I guess I didn't really need to come down here. Oh well. Okay, time to head back. Alright, back in Hamilton. The hotel is just up here. I'm going to drop it off. It's about 2:30. Gives me plenty of time to walk around Hamilton just a little bit. I didn't have much time to do that yesterday, so I think we are on a perfect schedule right now. Gonna catch then the 3:15 ferry back to the harbor, and that's it. Our Bermuda adventure will be over soon. Our Twizzy adventure will be over soon. But it was a super fun trip. So let me tell you, if you are going to be in Bermuda, this is the thing to do, definitely. So just to give you guys some perspective on how much more convenient it is here, this is the Princess Hamilton, and right there is the Twizzy shack, the little pink building over there. And right here is where they are all parked. So no hike through a nature preserve or farm or whatever that is. It's all right here. Alrighty, that is the conclusion of our Twizzy adventure here on Bermuda from Current Vehicles. Great experience, awesome fun day. I just wish I had made the reservation for yesterday, so I would have had both days to run around the island. Oh, you know, one more thing. If you do get it from here, the little check engine light or whatever, it does stay on. That's perfectly normal. They had to disable a sensor. It was, I guess, inconvenient for a lot of guests. Nothing safety related. It was just one of these nuisance features that they have. But the guys here were great, took great care of me, and definitely book it here at the Hamilton Princess, unless you're staying at the Fairmont. But if you are just coming on a cruise ship, you're like 5 minutes from the terminal and they're right here. Just make that reservation. Don't make the mistake I did. Well, in the 10 minutes I have before it's time to board the ferry, I decided to just walk around one block here in Hamilton. And it, I don't know, kind of looks like London in the Caribbean. There's even a Marks and Spencer back there. So I am gonna turn right up here at this corner and then right again, walk along the water or on the other side of the street, don't know. And back on the ferry to back on the boat. Ship, I know. Okay, so Hog and Penny or Barracuda Grill? I think it's Hog and Penny. Apparently this is the bar that inspired TV show Cheers, and they're both a replica of another pub somewhere in the UK. I don't know. Don't really have time to go in and check it out, so I'll just have to take everyone's word for it. And we are back at Hamilton Ferry Terminal with a full 10 minutes to spare. Can you believe it? So I'm just gonna go, oh man, it looks pretty full. So probably won't find a seat. I guess I'll just go and try and find some shade and wait for the boat ride back. So, well, goodbye Hamilton. We have officially left you and heading back to King's Wharf. Well, here we are back at the Royal Naval Dockyard, and fortunately, the ship is still there. I guess it's time to confess something. I was a smidge worried that I wouldn't be able to pick up the Twizzy because they don't take American Express, and that's the only card I had on me. So I booked it with a different card I know the numbers for, hoping they wouldn't ask to verify the card, and they didn't, which is fine because it's all prepaid. So yeah, they just verified my license, which honestly is the most important thing, and that's it, good to go. I don't even think I had to sign anything because you fill out all the forms electronically, which is pretty cool. So it was a pretty seamless experience, except downloading the map.me app and getting the waypoint list, not the waypoint list, whatever, for their charging locations. They do have an app, but it only works on iOS, not Android. So that was the one little complication. Other than that, it's a great experience. I will be looking forward to doing it again when I'm back on Bermuda. Who knows when that'll be? But yeah, it's well within the realm of possibility. So I finally made it all the way around on the promenade deck, and now I realize I actually haven't done a proper walk through of the ship. Not like a tour or a video or anything, but I haven't purposely explored every deck. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow morning, you know, when I have my coffee, just to make sure I don't miss any particular spaces. I still have to go to the thermal suite. I haven't been there yet. We got 2 more days, so I will definitely make an appointment to see that tomorrow. It's gotta be tomorrow or Saturday. When do we get back? What day is today? So, and depending on the seas tomorrow, this might be an interesting place to come and check out, see if it's open. It wasn't too bad on the way over, although a lot of people were commenting on how rough it was.